I know they support you so much. So when I see that you dropped out of the race and everything, I kind of know why, because it's so expensive. It's very expensive. Now we're stuck between 45. We won't name them.
Hey guys, it's your girl Cardi B, and tomorrow is the deadline. Tomorrow is the last day of voting. Yeah, if you know me, you know I hate waking up early, but I'm gonna wake up extremely early so I won't get caught in them lines. Nobody can see you. You go in there, mind your business. And I'm tired of this bullshit. I'm tired of getting upset every single time that I see this man talk. It's like, are you serious?
2 years later.
How are people surviving? I want to know. The rent right now, bitch. I don't know. You're going to have to sell your soul or your...
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let me tell you guys. This is an unfortunate reality, but this is really the reality of how you deal with Democrats. In order to red pill them, you have to give them what they want, right? Let the Democrats have what they want. Let them have their policies, because that is the only way to show them how bad their policies are. Take, for example, immigration. Look what happened when you made DC, New York, and Chicago three major liberal cities who also claim to be sanctuary cities. All of a sudden, they become border towns. They're crying over illegal immigration. They want stronger border security. They don't like illegals anymore. And this is the same thing that's happening to liberals on the issue of inflation. You know the thing that Joe Biden said doesn't exist? The Democrats said it would be transitory, right? You know that thing? Yeah. There are liberals that are getting red pill on inflation, and one of those liberals that went into absolute meltdown mode over the rise in consumer prices was not somebody who is poor middle class that is definitely feeling this the most. It was actually rich celebrity WAP rap superstar Cardi B, who used to shield for the Democrat Party but is now upset and complaining about inflation, as she says it's so bad that she doesn't know how anybody can afford to live right now.
For the past 7-8 months, let me tell you something. A couple of months ago, I was helping a cousin get an apartment, right? And now I'm helping somebody else get an apartment. Bro, I was looking at some areas, the way that the prices soar up. Nobody's even trying to sell their homes. So everybody's like, yo, when the interest rate is good, that is high, that's great, because people have to sell their home for less, so you could buy a home for less. And it's like, it doesn't matter if the interest rate is high as and actually there's not even inventory. That's one, but that's another. How are people surviving? I want to know. Like my family and my friends, they're so grateful to have me. But it's just like, yo, what happened to people that don't have a me? What's going on with the people that don't have a me? And people be like, well, you was the one that told people to vote for Joe Biden. But this is the thing, right? After the pandemic, I knew that this shit was going to happen. I knew we was going to have a financial crisis. And the thing about it is that this is not only in America. It's all over the world. All over the world. Like I went to the Dominican Republic, and shit is expensive out there too. And this shit is all over the world. Because the rent is really high. Even in the hoods. Even in mice, rats, possums, infested mother apartments, bro. And this is not fair. It's not fair. I feel so bad. I feel so bad, bro.
Yeah, so here we have Cardi B, who is complaining, whining and crying about inflation after she endorses the political party that is responsible, or largely responsible that way, for the inflation crisis that we're experiencing here in America. Including inflation is also gas prices, which Biden has not been very friendly to our oil industry, right? Or trying to incentivize them to lower prices or anything like that. Yeah, she's sitting here complaining about a problem that she voted for. Okay, as you guys remember, she was out here shilling for Joe Biden before the election.
I have a whole list of things that I want and I wish and I desire for our next president to do for us. But first thing first, let me keep it a buck. I just want Trump out. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like his mouth gets us in trouble so much. I don't want to be lied to. I don't want, like, you know, we're dealing with a pandemic right now, right? And I just want answers. I want to know when this is over. Like, you know, I want to go back to my job. I want to be able to go outside. I want to be able not to feel like I'm trapped in my home. But I don't want somebody to lie to me and tell me that it's okay to go outside. It's okay not to wear a mask, that everything is going to be okay. No, I want like a timeline. Hey guys, it's your girl Cardi B, and tomorrow is the deadline. Tomorrow is the last day of voting. Yeah, if you know me, you know I hate waking up early, but I'm gonna wake up extremely early so I won't get caught in them lines. If you do get caught in them lines, don't get discouraged. I don't want to vote anymore. I'm tired of this shit. No, make sure you bring snacks. Your phone is fully charged. Go with a friend to keep you entertained. Joke around. I suggest don't be wearing your shirts. Go extremely low key because you never know if some crazy people want to start harassing, attacking you. We're all black. Nobody can see you. You go in there, mind your business. And I'm tired of this bullshit. I'm tired of getting upset every single time that I see this man talk. It's like, are you serious? Your little one vote change. Like, you can make a change. I can make a change. You don't got to be special. You don't got to be rich. You don't got to be famous. You don't got to be beautiful. You just got to be you with your one vote. So let's all go vote tomorrow.
Yeah, so Cardi B there was in a cringe interview with Joe Biden. One of the cringiest interviews I've seen in my life. Very offensive to black people that this is who the Democrat Party wants to talk to when they want to talk about the issues of the black community. They want to talk to the Cardi B's and the Meg Thee Stallions of the world. But during that interview, Cardi B was basically saying how much she hates Trump. Well, I don't like Trump. I don't like being lied to. Mean tweets bad. Orange man bad. And I'm like, well, 2 years into the Biden administration, all they've done is lie to you. They've lied to you about inflation. They told you it was transitory. They told you that it doesn't exist. They told you that the economy is not in a recession. They've done nothing but lie to you about an issue that you obviously are passionate about, which is inflation. I wonder what she has to say about that, because she has so much to say about the lies of the Trump administration. What about the lies of the Biden administration? Are you going to be as passionate about that in 2022 and 2024 as you were in 2020? Because the economy is in a much worse shape than it was under Trump before the pandemic. And you aren't coming out here and giving that same energy towards, you know, getting the Biden administration out of office and Democrats out of office as you were about getting Trump out of office. But see, again, this is what happens when you're brainwashed, right? You're brainwashed to believe that I have to vote for Democrats because the other party is racist. And then once you have to suffer the consequences of the Democrat policies, all of a sudden, you're boohoo whining and crying, oh my God, inflation's out of control. I don't know how people can afford to live. After you literally told people to go out and vote for the person that is primarily responsible for the inflation. But you know, orange man bad. Mean tweets. People like Cardi B and the rest of America were doing great under Trump before the pandemic. But see, people like Cardi B, who's brainwashed, she is a low information voter. She has been brainwashed by woke progressives. That's why she loves and endorsed Bernie Sanders.
I know they support you so much. So when I see that you dropped out of the race and everything, I kind of know why, because it's so expensive. It's very expensive to run a campaign, and when things are not going, the way that you want it to go, it's just like, hey, let me just drop it right now before we spend money on other things. And I was really upset because I keep telling the youth, and I keep telling my people and my supporters, like, it's like, you guys really have to go and vote. And now we are now we're stuck between 45. We won't name them.
Yeah, so she loves Bernie Sanders. So imagine, guys, if the person that she wanted to run this country actually got elected, Bernie Sanders, if he was the president of the United States, do you think that we will be in a worse disaster when it comes to inflation? Yeah, I think so. And the reason why is because the reason why we're in this crisis, or part of the reason, is from the Democrats' big spending, right? We spent trillions of dollars with Biden's so-called American Rescue Plan that overstimulated the economy that didn't need stimulating. All the big banks at the beginning of last year were saying that we were going to have record GDP growth before a stimulus. We didn't need a stimulus. The economy was already red hot from prior stimuluses that we had passed with the Trump administration. But no. Democrats just had to have their stimulus, and they poured fuel on an already hot fire. While at the same time, we opened up the economy right after pouring fuel on a fire, which contributed more to the inflation crisis, considering the fact that we did not have the production to match the demand. That's the problem. So Biden spent about $2 trillion. You know how much the progressives and Bernie Sanders wanted to spend? They wanted to spend $10 trillion. So imagine if Cardi B got it her way based off how she votes and Bernie Sanders was president. We will be seeing hyperinflation, maybe to some levels comparable to what we've seen in countries like Venezuela. And woke progressives like AOC and Bernie Sanders was running this country. And then Cardi B using these same silly talking points about, oh, inflation's happening all over the world. It's just not an American problem. But see, what she forgets is that who is the largest consumer economy in the world? America. We consume more stuff than anybody. So when you stimulate our economy, you're stimulating the world economy. Because people around the world make stuff for the American consumer, right? Again, it's very simple. So yes, when you stimulate the American economy too much, when it's unnecessary, that has an effect across the world. That accelerates everybody else's inflation as well too. Because not only do they got to make goods for themselves, they got to make goods for Americans too. Again, these people who are simply not educated enough to be having these discussions are having discussions with politicians and then telling you to vote for politicians that are causing problems that they then turn around and complain about after telling people to vote for these guys. Again, that's the frustrating part about this. If Cardi B educated herself, she wouldn't be out here telling people to vote for Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden. She would have not voted with her emotion and voted with her brain and actually voted for Trump and the Republicans, because I guarantee you, the Republicans, not under Mitch McConnell, they wouldn't have spent $2 trillion on no stimulus, right? They won't do that. Nah, hey, I know McConnell. A lot of people don't like McConnell. But one thing about McConnell, he ain't no big spender, okay? So I don't think that the inflation crisis would have been nearly as bad if Orange Man and the Republicans were running things. I really don't. I don't think gas prices would be as bad because Trump has a better relationship with Saudi Arabia. Trump is not at war with domestic oil production like Joe Biden and the Democrats. That's the difference. But hey, you get what you vote for. This is what you wanted. At least no more mean tweets. No more racism, right? Yeah. Tell me how that's working out. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.